Good-looking 21-year-old Stevie Johnston with 257 amateur wins out of the pro gate at 11-0 and ponders his big step tonight against Sharmba. Mitchell, still just 23, has established himself as a solid world contender. His incredible hand speed has lifted his record to 31, but has experienced the long road that Johnston has yet to travel.
The ring misship.
The irony in tonight's fight is that the kid, Stevie Johnston, reminds Sharmba Mitchell a lot.
Mitchell, a fighter who was once in the top 10, a terrific young fighter who seems to be on his way up. Then that would say, when you try to do that against a fighter like Sharmba Mitchell for a long time, you sometimes...
Evening, featuring 10 rounds of boxing in the junior welterweight division. Introducing, gentlemen, here is the Umbra.
EF title fight, and all that is behind Sharmba. And the question, is there some doubt
going into this fight? Yes, you
at himself some 3-4 years ago, and Stevie Johnston, the two southpaws. There's the hand speed,
which is back and forth from the orthodox back to the left-handed stance.
Sharmba Mitchell, or rather Johnston, is Mitchell 4 years ago. When we saw him as his career unfolded, crafty veterans. Yes, somewhat faded, but they taught him quite a bit. He got a lot of rounds in early. He's learned all the things in lining up opponent's face, and he does it.
Catching Sharmba Mitchell at the right time. Mitchell was 16 back in July of 1990. Since then, he's been 51, 13 KOs, picking up more power.
Sharmba Mitchell upstairs. Yes, he has picked up the power. Remember earlier we used to offense, but earlier in his career, no more, gets to business. Figure out Johnston in the early rounds. Meanwhile, Johnston thought that Mitchell was going to come out. Sharmba Mitchell against Stevie Johnston. Mitchell in a hurry. Stevie in 1994 to dramatically thrust himself into the world picture if he could pull off the upset tonight against Sharmba right with Mitchell.
Oh yeah, very there and establish the pace. Yeah, you can compete with him, and Mitchell isn't that far ahead of you. If you're Mitchell, yeah, I'm going to take my time. I'm going to let you think that you can compete with me early as the fight materializes.
Remember, Sharmba Mitchell, a solid world contender, has put Stevie Johnston
with the 2 punches.
He has got past the 6th round on only in his last fight. Johnston against the survivor 27 scheduled for 2. Sharmba Mitchell coming off the loss to Levander Johnson, elimination bout. And now that left hand, a nice one by Mitchell. He is striking upstairs. Sharmba Mitchell in the fight to Levander Johnson was ahead on 2 cards. But he said he took that fight for granted. Why, I would never know. I mean, the winner goes on to a world title fight. Said he did not train properly. A lot of snow in March in the Washington, D.C. area, and kind of got lazy about going to the gym and thought he could walk through. Oh, no. Johnson was rated #1 right in front of Sharmba Mitchell. Or was it the fact that Mitchell did not respond to being pressured for maybe the first time in his career? And that's what Stevie Johnston is banking on. He wants to be able to apply the pressure somewhere along the line. Thinks that Sharmba Mitchell does not like that pressure from an opponent.
Yeah, Johnston
from Washington, D.C. He turned pro at the age of pro business for about 5 years, and has already had 32 Golden Gloves champion out of the D.C. area. And he's going up against another accomplished amateur in Stevie Johnston. Many amateur championship boxing altitude manager and finding fights in the area. And has to go into the hometown of other fighters. Yet for advantage. But he be in the ring finally in a main event against a guy the caliber of Sharmba Mitchell.
Sure, Johnston, sure he wants to win. Prize great, but can I be competitive? Can I be a top 10 fighter myself? Can I be a world champion?
Round it's scheduled for 10.
Good, fast movement. A lot of punches from Sharmba Mitchell. Triple jab. If you cannot hit the body, hit the head, there has to be if Mitchell must wear him down. It only happens downstairs. Mitchell with those good punches the last round, and that second he cracked compared to before that second round. The punches, when you get hit in the chin, it just knocks all of the energy out of your body.
Champion Buddy McGirt
Boxing now. What Mitchell has done is he's made this a chess match. That where Johnston is top of him. It's extreme.
Butler, the number 3 ranked tonight's fight. Allegedly, he had a king. So he thought it best to
underneath.
Well, at 5'4", certainly from down low.
He's lower than Mitchell, 5'6.5". They're so different. And they're too fast. Pro is a little bit of a rope-a-doping from him. He's now with the experience. I have more ring generalship, more patience. He says now I'm at another level.
And that is what he is banking on, coming off his first defeat, looking to rebound against a frisky young fighter in Stevie Johnston.
Oh yeah, said that he was itching to get right back in the ring and win.
We saw Mitchell for the first time. Style very reminiscent in the ring of Macho Camacho. Fast hands, fast feet. Actually one of the fastest as far as hand speed. Smothering attack. Early the attack just did not have the mustard on it, but he started putting that together in the last couple of years.
And he started thinking more. Opportunity to knock his opponent out. You know, sometimes if you go out there to go, and then you can take him out. That's what Sharmba does.
Pazienza was annoyed at those numbers. He could not.
I don't want to be around him. Giving more room. You're not going to hit this man with one punch. He's too fast. Seems to put that jab. There's the come back with a right hook.
And Stevie.
Yes. 3s and 4s. In a 3-punch combination.
Said about this time, if he's able to survive pressure in the first couple of rounds by Mitchell, is when
schedule for 10.
One another. Sharmba Mitchell sees ago in Stevie Johnston. Stevie Johnston also looking in a mirror, hoping to someday get to the Mitchell has achieved. Get there real quickly tonight.
Mitchell has learned as a pro to steal the round. Johnston right here, downstairs and then up.
31 fights tonight would be in
time and time again too. Fighters see the big man on campus. They are needed. And when they get on him easy, well, last week knocked out one. There's so many fighters, especially those who go for a know why I lost that fight up at the gym, not getting up and doing his road work in the morning. Now trying to get that loss off his back, gets back to work for this fight. He is showing us that he can rise to Stevie Johnston. Very good fighter. He's in there competitively with Sharmba.
Level. He's been held down in his competition because of basically where he is fighting out of Denver. Actually took him a while to even begin his pro career, but this is his coming. His thrill tonight.
Yeah, very excited to learn. The only way to learn it is, and it would take all the energy out of you for that night. The only time he has to be excited is during the 10 rounds that these two are fighting, not during the day. Not up running around. You got to lay down, relax. When you get in the ring, that's when you want to get excited.
Stevie Johnston turned pro last February.
Yeah, learned a lot in a year and a half.
Sharmba Mitchell coming off a loss, then to lose to a fighter who has 11 pro fights.
To the #1 contender.
And now we will pause for this word from your local cable systems. In D.C. area, now living after suffering his first title fight, take a step backwards. And he goes up against the 21-year-old phenom out of Denver, Colorado. He'd pull off a major upper tonight. He is stepping up to a different level. Fought 10 rounds only once in his 10 last 4.
Sure, and that is the
endurance in a fight where it's
two. Between rounds, they told him to quit. It is easier to fight the Stevie Johnstons of the world. The people who come at you and rush you and have something to...
Both corners very busy, by the way, after the 6th.
In every fight. I mean, there is never a fight that you don't come out with some kind of injury.
Combinations for Stevie Johnston, known for his fast pitch.
And how the complexion of the fight has changed. Standing inside slugging. Early and then set down. Extremely important. Sharmba Mitchell in that round. Kaboom right there. You know, that last.
Mitchell was urged to fight by his dad. Felt they were pulling off a shot, a stepping stone. Fighting in New Jersey, the fighter can't fight unless he's 20. Such an
funny too. When I fought in the Garden, in Madison Square Garden, I was 18 years old, and the amazing thing
was ahead of you.
More pressure. Steve Johnston downstairs. See down and up that he's working as they're telling him to try to get your opponents bring them. Not realizing you leave their head open. And also downstairs, you slow your opponents down.
And a little bit, and weighing Stevie Johnston by a pound, 38 to 37. Can't actually lose that pound and a half. You know that the percentage.
Sincerely dislike what Roberto was saying
during the interview.
Your opponent before the fight, you might get into it. You might start swinging.
But what we
saw
have
that
seen
with some trainers one time.
Sharmba Mitchell is robbed by the right hand of Johnson, and this is where Johnson should turn it up. Stephen Johnson coming on here in the ninth, looking for the upset, and he has pulled it off. Wow. Stevie Johnston in his 12th professional.
To box outside, going downstairs and then up to the head.
It was that right that rocked Mitchell, and this was the beginning of the end.
Mitchell stepped back against the ropes, the hands down, pouring it on Stevie Johnston. Referee Mitch Halpern standing 8 count here in Nevada. Correct, the right hook, almost going down, but stepping in post holes is Sharmba Mitchell, and then pour it on. You let everything go, let everything you have go. And that's just what Stevie Johnston did. Very nice work from him. Wow. Good-looking young prospect.